Rutgers Scarlet Knights women's basketball team seems to have made a choice to be relevant again within Big Ten basketball. They just hired Gary Redus II. He's coming off of Lise Kim Mulkey's LSU team. Now, they're getting rid of Coquise Washington. This is a former Notre Dame star, former WNBA player. Uh, she did pretty decent at Penn State for a few years and then just totally melted down. Um, they even made it twice she even made it twice at Penn State to the Sweet 16 and then like I said just had a meltdown at the program. And she came over to Rutgers, went 12 and 20, 8 and 24, 13 and 20 and 9 and 20. So they got rid of her because well, yeah, her 4 seasons there, she went 42 and 84. So Gary Redus gets brought over. He's somebody that played college ball. He did play professionally in China, Middle East, South America. Well, he started coaching. He was a graduate assistant at West Georgia. He was an assistant at Delta State, Vandy, SMU, and then LSU. And he was credited with his recruiting ability. He brought Angel Reese in, brought Anissa Moreau in. He also brought in Haley Van Lith, but I would argue that Haley Van Lith was not a good fit for LSU by any stretch of the imagination. It's nothing against uh, Haley Van Lith. There are times that programs don't have fits. And, I mean, you take a look at what Rutgers has been doing. Uh, you look at their stats because, hey, you know me, I'm a stats guy. They only scored on average 58 points a game. That's horrible. They had three players in double digits. They had one player at 9.8 uh, average game. They had 7.7 steals. That was 35.1 rebounding. That was okay. 11.6 assists. They weren't working well as a team. 36.6 field goal percentage. 29.2 3-point percentage. 67.1 free throw percentage. 3.6 blocks. 16.7 turnovers. Let's not even go into how bad 16.7 turnovers is. The blocks were barely even. I mean, their defense was not there. And so you're bringing in somebody that's from a program that preaches the fundamentals. Now, Redus did several good things at LSU. You know, he's someone as an assistant coach at several programs that he was able to show that he could do what was needed. And as a former player, he understands what players are going to be going through. I'm kind of excited for Rutgers. Number one, I am glad that he's going to the Big Ten and not going to be getting, like, say, Alabama. Seriously, SEC is tough enough, and I think Gary Redus, after he gets this program going in the right direction, could actually do some pretty good things. And so we are going to discuss that. We're going to discuss what he could do for this program. So, also, we're going to cover, who he's brought in. So let's get into this. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball, and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is
play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it.
Okay, on top of everything else, one of the things that has me excited about what he's doing at Rutgers, he's brought in assistant coaches Daphne Mitchell, Manisha Redus, Preston Beverly, LaDazia Williams, Lauren Hanson. Also added a key staff member with the appointment of Matthew Bruce as general manager while retaining Alejandro Ramirez as director of operations. So Daphne Mitchell played a key role in LSU's recruiting success. Spent 5 seasons at LSU, including 4 as an assistant coach with Redus. Was there in the 2023 national championship run. So this is someone else. She helped develop elite post players. That includes Angel Reese. I would argue that she's not really that elite of a post player, but she's decent. Anissa Moreau, I would say yes, she deserves to be in the elite post player model. Um, Manisha Redus, 15 years of playing and coaching experience across Division One, Division Two levels. Uh, she was just recently an assistant coach at Florida Atlantic. Served as the Owls recruiting coordinator. So she signed the program's first top 100 class. She was a head coach for Palm Beach Atlantic, taking the Sailfish program in its first year as full member of the Sunshine State Conference. They were able to finally get into the tournament. Preston Beverly, 19 years of experience on the sidelines, most recently serving 2 seasons as an assistant coach at Mizzou under the previous administration. Played a pivotal role in the development of Grace Slaughter, who, by the way, I like Grace Slaughter. Um, so him developing her, that's a great thing. During his first season at the Tigers, he helped Haley Frank to new heights. She broke 2,000 career points, currently ranked fourth in the program's all-time list. Haley Frank is another good one. So he develops players. That looks like that's necessary. Matthew Broom served as general manager for the program. Will serve as general manager for the program, recruiting, player analysis, and NIL stuff. Most recently served as a sports writer for the Bengal Tiger on 3, where he covered men's and women's basketball recruiting and provided in-depth team analysis. So he knows how to analyze everything. LaDazia Williams, he was on the LSU national championship team. Lauren Hanson uh, has Big Ten playing experience to the Rutgers bench, concluding her collegiate career at Michigan in 2023-2024, following 3 seasons at Mizzou. So this is a strong crew that he is bringing in. I have to give him that. Uh, he's not playing around. He, yes, is bringing in some fresh blood into coaching, but he's also bringing in some very experienced people that honestly, I see this as a really strong hire. I do. I'm excited to watch Rutgers this coming year. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think that Washington, who they just fired, I honestly don't see that as being somebody that should have been brought into the program. End of story. Now, I'm looking at this Redus hire. It's his first head coaching job. He knows recruiting and he's brought in a strong recruiter. He's got somebody in place that looks to be a good analyst. He's brought in several other coaches that do a that have proven to be really good at their job. So here you have somebody that's coming to a program that used to be pretty good. Now they're wanting to be that good again. Honestly, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Rutgers, I like that they're in the Big Ten instead of the SEC in this because I think that Redus is going to be challenging UCLA, will be challenging Michigan. Here's somebody, it's going to take, I'm going to say this, it is probably going to take a couple of years. When you have a program that 9-20 is shooting 36.6 field goal percentage, shooting 29.2 3-point percentage, heck, 67.1 free throw percentage. Neen Indaya was a shining light on this team. She was on the court 31 and a half minutes, scoring 14.8 points, 5.3 rebounds. She's a forward, 1.5 assists, 1.4 steals, zero point 0.2 blocks, though. Their blocking, though, was just what? 2.09 turnovers. That's way too high. But she was shooting 45.6 field goal percentage, 41.6 3-point percentage, and 74.5 free throw percentage. That's a good thing. Zachariah Perkins was shooting 36.8 3-point percentage. So you had a couple of good players, and hopefully he can retain them. But in all honesty, this team really uh there are so many issues on this team shooting wise, just fundamental wise, that honestly, Redus, having been at LSU, saw the importance of the fundamentals. Not only do you need scores, and hey, they had, like I said, three women who could score in double digits. One that was at 9.8 with Faith Blackstone, but rebounding is key. Scoring is key. Shooting percentages are key. And they didn't have any of that. Turnovers. You can't have turnovers like this. So, he will be bringing in the players that can do all of these things. Rutgers Scarlet Knights fans, if you are listening to me, you need to watch what is about to happen to your women's basketball team. Because I have a feeling next year, I don't know if they'll be able to win next year. I think he's got to get a lot of dead weight cut away. He's going to be working on the fundamentals. You've got to pass the ball. You've got to block the shots. You've got to work on your turnovers, and you've got to be able to hit where you're shooting. All of that is fundamentals. And he knows this. So, watch your team. You are not going to be 1-17 next year. I very strongly doubt you'll be able to say that you're only 1-17 next year and end on a 10-game losing streak. Why? Because Redus doesn't want that sort of thing. But you tell me, if you're a Scarlet Knights fan, you tell me what you think. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.